Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. All right, so President Zelensky of Ukraine has been making some horrendously bad decisions, and these did not just begin. Uh, First of all, it is well documented by Western media that there are ISIS members that are in the Ukrainian military, and so these are not good people. Um, Another bad decision that he made the other day was that he was going to start releasing some of the most violent criminals in the prisons. Now, one of the first ones that was released was a man that was convicted of killing an female anti-corruption activist by burning her with acid. He killed this woman by burning her with acid. And this man was placed allegedly in charge of choosing what other prisoners get released. They have the stipulation that whoever is released has to have military experience, but these people are ultra violent. These are the far right wing, neo-Nazi elements in the country. So these are the worst of the worst that are getting released. And then he decides that he's going to start handing out weapons to civilians. The result of this has been that there has been a crime spree going on in Kiev. At least, I don't know about other cities, but this has been reported in Kiev, that there have been highly increased rates of assault, looting, robbery, murder, rape. So even if there is a peace agreement which is reached today, because they do have talks ongoing, even if there is a peace agreement that is reached today, Zelensky has caused a problem that is just going to that he's going to have to clean up after any hostilities end. Because these people are still going to be criminals. I mean, if they were already in the military, already killing people in the Donbass, and yet they were in prison, that means that they were committing crimes against the Ukrainian people, because they were not arrested for anything they did against Donbass. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely understand why there is a mass exodus and evacuation of civilians from Ukraine. But I've already shown where you can look at videos of the cities and see that the cities are not being bombed. And yes, I said last week it was not an invasion, but it did turn into an invasion. What Western media never mentioned at all was that last Friday, Putin suspended all bombing to give Zelensky a chance to engage in peace talks. And Zelensky refused. So Putin said, okay, all right. So the bombing continued, and then ground forces started moving in. Only after Zelensky refused to agree to peace talks. They are not taking any, civilians hostage. But I'm going to point out something. If they've also had their military training civilians on how to fight. All right, so if you train civilians to fight, you hand them weapons. Well, those civilians may not be wearing a uniform, but they are no longer civilians. They are part of a militia. Okay? They're no longer civilians. If you're shooting at me, I'm going to shoot back. If you're threatening to throw a Molotov cocktail at me, then I'm taking you down one way or another. So you can stop that. You can stop claiming innocent civilians. If those civilians are trying to kill troops that are not targeting them, then they are no longer civilians. They are actually military forces. Yeah, you're no longer an innocent civilian. And Russia opened up a path for Ukrainians to evacuate Kiev safely. So, Russia did that. The Ukrainian military didn't do that. The Ukrainian military just said, "You're on your own." That's it. So, I've said the Ukrainian military capacity has just been crushed. They have basically nothing. Now, I'm going to bring up something else in another video. All right, that would make this one too long. Anyway, so yeah, putting criminals out on the street with your civilian population, yeah, they're going to evacuate. They're running from their own fellow citizens. They're not more than they're running from any Russian invasion. But yeah, I would advise evacuation. Even Putin said you need to evacuate, because even if you are targeting military targets, misfires happen. They showed a Ukrainian apartment building that was hit. And from what Russia said, it was an Ukrainian anti-missile system that misfired and hit that building. And from the trajectory of it, you can tell actually that this was actually a ground-based missile that was launched and went sideways. It didn't come straight down from out of the sky. That weapon was moving laterally. So yeah, I actually believe, what Russia says about that. Russia is targeting, information. Let's be clear about that. This is normal. In warfare, you take out information systems. The U.S. does that and has done that when invading a country. In modern times, you can't just take out military communications, because you've got encryption and code and codes that may take time to break. And those can be transmitted over civilian communication systems, and then you've got the propaganda that's being passed by the Ukrainian government. So this is normal. You're going to take out communications. Anyway, share this video. Talk about these subjects. If you can, please donate $1 a month to help expand the channel and the website. Be sure and sign up for issuesunite.com. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good day.